just popped up on my Twitter feed. Longest ballot group takes aim at Alberta by-election where Pierre plans to run. Ugh. Listen, guys, I get it. You're trying to get your message out there. You want electoral reform, and I'm behind you on this. I want electoral reform too. I feel like, as somebody who's very, very far left, that if I want to vote NDP, I couldn't. There was just, you couldn't support the people that you wanted to support. But the problem is that people aren't getting what your message is. And as is, the misinformation that is going around right now about your longest ballot in the Carleton riding, so many people believe you are the reason that Pierre didn't win when it's not the case. And I understand these are people who can't just do basic math. But the problem is that when you guys do stuff like this and it gets turned into misinformation, you're creating problems, because now you have all these people that are using what you did as an excuse to why Pierre lost and that the whole thing was rigged, because they think the Liberals were behind you. Now, I did see an interview with you guys, your guy that's the head of your organization on CBC during the election. But otherwise, there was not a lot of information going around until really and truly the content creators started pushing your message and talking about it and trying to get people to understand. Because we didn't want anyone thinking that this was the Liberals and Mark Carney that were purposely trying to screw over Pierre. And the thing is even though we were pushing out that message, still people believe that Pierre lost because of these 91 candidates. And now you guys are going to go after him in the Alberta riding, which is just going to make it worse. Like, I get what you guys are trying to accomplish, okay? I really do. But the way that you are trying to put your message out there is, I don't think it's the best way of doing it. Because now, again, all of these friggin' people that think that you caused Pierre to lose his riding, they're going to think that you're doing the exact same thing to him in Alberta. And I know it does not make a difference. Pierre's going to win either way in that Alberta riding. But they're going to see this, and they are going to assume that somebody is trying to fuck with him again. And I don't want that. I want them to understand that Pierre lost fair and square in Carleton, and that he is going to have a fair by-election in Calgary. And whatever the results, in that Calgary riding, Alberta riding, that he is going to have a fair by-election out there. And going after him again, while absolutely hilarious, because I love you guys and how determined you are, this is just not the kind of shit that we want being perpetuated by the right. You're giving them excuses. You are giving them something else to try and excuse, his losing in Carleton by doing this again. Like, I feel like your point was made. Why do you have to do this? Honestly don't even know how you're going to find 100 people or so. I don't know how you're going to find anybody in that riding that's going to support this either. Because that's a very tight-knit community as far as I understand. It's rural Alberta. There are reasons why people voted 80% in favor of the Conservatives. So, I mean, I honestly don't even think you guys can pull it off. I'll be amazed if you do. But, I don't know. I don't feel like this is the correct way for you guys to get your message out. You're just creating more bad vibes, as it were, between the left and the right by doing this.